fuck? Oh, what fuck? Right, what's going on, guys? It is Thursday the 17th of July, 24 hours post hiccup, shall we say. So you would have seen the video just then on the fourth rep. As I came off the chest, my right pec just felt a massive crack. I think you can actually hear it on the video. Luckily, very luckily, I set the safeties up for that set and managed to bail out of it pretty much perfectly and get out of it as unscathed as I could, considering. After reviewing it, after speaking to my coach, for those of you that have probably seen my Strongest Man on Earth prep series so far, I'm always super careful, conservative, methodical. I don't ego lift in the gym, and I've even expressed, particularly on the bench press, my hesitance towards overshooting any kind of RPE sets. I want to keep some in the tank. I think I said maybe a few videos ago, it was not an event that I was ever forecast to do particularly well in. It was not necessarily damage limitation, maybe mid-pack, but given the history of me horizontal pressing, I am strong on the horizontal press. I put up pretty decent numbers as a powerlifter many moons ago, but during my powerlifting days, I was having reoccurring pec issues with both. Nothing ever to the extent of things cracking, but definitely a few pops and pulls here and there. And that is the only thing that we can really attribute this injury to. The load selection was perfect. It was supposed to be, that 180, it was supposed to be a set of 5 at RP 9. And the way that it was moving, I hit 160 beforehand. The way that 180 was moving, I thought to myself, I'm probably going to rack this and then have to make another jump to get the RPE that I want, because 180, I could probably do it for 10 or 12 reps with that close grip, with the way that I set up. But yeah, just for some reason on that fourth rep, I didn't misgroove it. It wasn't a technical error. It just popped, just cracked, and that was that. So yeah, went straight to the hospital. Obviously, from the UK, NHS healthcare is not at its best at the moment when it comes to these sorts of injuries. They have a list of priorities, and I think musculoskeletal injuries are right down the pecking order. Wasn't expecting anything, and good thing, because I didn't get anything. I had a very haphazard, I guess, a very clumsy conversation with 2 orthopedic surgeons who just fobbed me off, for the lack of a better term, which didn't leave me with a lot of confidence. But having said that, the pec didn't deform, like it didn't visibly move. There's no gaps, there's no lumps, there's a bit of swelling, and no bruising yet, which is a surprise considering the noise that came from that pec. And yeah, relatively good. It's a bit stiff, obviously, but relatively good range of motion. I'm able to do on a wall, just like a body weight press up already. So I do think it's just a muscle belly tear. I think I've just lost a few fibers, and I'm hoping that the ultrasound that I have on Sunday will confirm that the tendon is intact. And if that is the case, then I wouldn't say it's relatively straightforward, but we should be okay for the Strongest Man on Earth. I will be sitting out the chest press machine. It's just 4 weeks is not enough time. But having spoken to my coach and other people, they've reassured me that with injuries like that, and if that is the case with this one in particular, it's definitely not impossible to be back overhead pressing as you were within 1 or 2 weeks. And pretty much every other of the events at Strongest Man on Earth are safe when it comes to pecs. We will just obviously play it by ear, and at any point either myself or members of my team or whoever, which there is a handful of people that are all smarter than me, if we make the decision that this is unsafe, we will pull the plug. But as of right now, not withdrawn, spoken to Brian, spoken to the organiser, Kerry, and just told them this is what's happened, but don't take this as me withdrawing. The show's not over yet. I'm in great shape. If you've been watching this series, my pressing before 7 p.m. last night was flying, and I still think it's there. I think obviously just the horizontal pressing is just something that I can't do within a 10-week training block. I think, and I haven't spoken to my coach about this, but this is my standpoint. If I was to coach a strongman for a bench press, for like a 1 rep max or a really heavy bench press, and if they don't, they don't routinely do it in their training anyway, then I think you're looking at like 6 months to really kind of prep them for that event. Just because obviously you can get stronger on the horizontal press, muscular gain and adaptation's pretty quick compared to tendon adaptation. And that's the thing that's probably lagging here. And luckily, I think the tendon's okay. But I just think, and this is not a dig at the strongest man on earth. I do think to be declared the strongest man on earth, you need to be strong in all ranges, horizontal, vertical, whatever. You need to push, pull, and do whatever you can in any range. And ultimately the strongest man will win. And it's just obviously the way that the strongman calendar is, 99% of the time we are not horizontal pressing. So if, like me, it's not a favourite exercise to do for whatever reason, then it's probably not really ever going to be incorporated into the program. So that's my thoughts. It is what it is. So just to summarise, it's Thursday night now. Sunday, I am driving 14 hours up to Sunderland and back. Going to meet the coach, pick him up, take him to my ultrasound appointment, rule out hopefully any kind of tendon damage, and then we will start the recovery protocol, rehab protocol. I think I'll get a PRP injection there and then, and other bits of therapy and stuff, and then we will assess where we're at. I am deadlifting tomorrow. It's a speed session anyway. This, believe it or not, is my deload week, which is crazy to have an injury like this on a deload week with a 180 bench. For me, that 180 is like I said, a 10 or 12 rep max. I'm probably capable of benching 50 kilo more than that at least. Just one of those things, guys. Strongman, play silly games, win silly prizes. That's it. So we'll deadlift tomorrow, speed session, and I will try and get some pull motion in that shoulder joint. So obviously it's this pec here, but if I can do some rows, things like that, get the upper back and the shoulder stability muscles working, and try and avoid kind of prolonged periods of mobilization, because it is a natural tendency for me to just sit here and not do nothing with this at the moment. So when I can get it moving, get the blood flow into the area, a lot of the symptoms will subside anyway, a lot of the stiffness and tightness and stuff. And then so long as we don't make the tear worse, we have 4 weeks. Not ideal, but prepping for the heaviest show that's ever existed was never going to be plain sailing. So there we have it, guys. I will be vlogging. I'm not going to vlog my deadlift session tomorrow, just because I'll be at my workplace. I'll be deadlifting at Commercial Gym, and then I will vlog Sunday. So I'll vlog the journey up to Sunderland, meeting my coach, having the scan, PRP injections, and I'll go through the results in a bit more detail on Sunday. So thank you for the support. Is what it is. I'm not too down in the dumps about it, to be honest with you. I'm actually kind of relieved. My initial thought was, fuck, tendon gone. It was like a similar sensation to what I felt in my bicep last year. Probably 60% of what I felt in my bicep. Like, it was a definite crack, and it was that gut wrenching feeling. But you know, I'm moving around, I'm fine. I know for a fact, I mean, not for a fact, but I'm 99% certain I won't need surgery. I mean, I've already got range of motion, I can move my arms, it's just a bit tight. So the worst case is partial tendon tear, in which case, strongest man on earth. So yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm going to keep doing this vlog series, even though I didn't want to do this video. I'm going to do it because when, optimism here, when I log press 200 kilos at the strongest man on earth, it will give you guys more clarity as to what goes into doing that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Please keep pushing this YouTube channel. Merchandise, guys, I'm running low on stock, which is a good thing. I've got a restock coming about this time next week. The black t-shirts, the new white edition t-shirts, loads of little bits of merchandise going up, things like Velcro badges, stickers, all that kind of stuff going up on the website if and when it comes in. So keep your eyes peeled. It supports me. I'm forever grateful. And yeah, until next time, Sunday is when I'll check in next. So have a good weekend. See you then.